this is a serious matter. Financial independence is a serious matter in Nigeria. In fact, it's not just about for the youth. If we have seen even those who work for 35 years and they were depending on pension and then they are still broke. And also we've seen a lot of people who are adult, they are adult by age, but pocket wise they are broke. And then we see a lot of people who are still, in fact, in Africa, there's a lot of people who have not yet married. If you ask them, it is linked to and tied to financial crisis. So now that we've seen all this, how can we, what can we do? What step? Because we've described what financial independence is. So, and a lot of people are not on this road. So what is the way forward?
Being able to make money, being able to earn money doesn't make you, it's not a guarantee that you'll be financially independent.
Okay.
Are you getting it? For you to be financially independent, there are certain principles that I think a lot of people have been ignoring the principle or being too lazy to abide by those principles that can actually get you that financial independence that you really need. Now, that is why you keep seeing cases of maybe people work for 35 years and yet after what the only big major achievement they will do is when they pay them their gratuity, or some of them they don't even get to even see the gratuity. Their family will be the one to now receive maybe death benefits. So those death benefits, that's when you see maybe they do small renovation for 35 years working. So what do you expect somebody that is, I just feel that people, some persons are just being ignorant or being negligent of the fact that they are supposed to be the one responsible for their own financial independence. Now, making money is, everybody can do that. See, anybody can become rich, but not everybody can become wealthy. Okay? Anybody can become rich, but staying rich is where the issue lies. I've seen people that hit money that and you don't even think you will even see it in your, but after 1 year they are broke. How about people that eat money in gambling and yet they are still broke? So they eat money that you yourself you've not seen, but you are still living way better than those people. So what I'm saying is your ability to make money is not a guarantee for financial independence.
Could you say that again? The
Your
ability.
ability to make money is not a guarantee for financial independence. Anybody can make money, but how many people can use money? How many people can keep money? Now, the 3 steps I would want us to even see in the road to financial independence that, one, for you to be financially independent, you should be able to know how to make money.
Okay.
The second one, you should be able to know how to keep money. And the third one, you should be able to know how to use money.
Okay.
Are you getting it? Now, these 3 are just the basic for you to be financially okay, but not financially independent. The last one will be the one that will grant you financial independence, and that is for you to be able to know how to make money work for you. Know how to make money, know how to keep money, know how to use money, and know how to make money work for you.
Okay.
So if you can do those things, I think there is a certain degree that you will be financially independent, even when time comes you are not able to work again.
Thank you so much.
So he talks about, how to make money. I'm going to emphasize on that part because um, I've been a lot in some situations where, I tell myself, the way I am, there's always something for me to do to have money. Whenever I go, I seize opportunities. That's what one of the things I'm going to talk about, taking opportunities. When you go to a place, you have to see a need. And that is what drives me to some of the businesses that I have created. I have worked, in short, I worked for 3 companies before I decided to start up my own company. And as it stands now, I don't think, unless maybe I'm being given a job that pays me 2 times than what I am earning from my business, then I would take that offer, I would take that job. But currently, if you give me a job, let me say an office work that pays me monthly, I would decline. Unless, like I said, unless that job pays me two times what my company pays me. That is how I see it.
Wow.
Because few years back in time, when I stopped working, I was having this care. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? In short, I have to sit back and said, what will you do? That's why I seized this opportunity. Coming to how I started this my Ankara business. I do a lot of work. That's why I say I take opportunities. Even from the offices where I've worked before, I have started business in my office. Even my boss will have to come and I will just, before you know, they say, who is doing this? Who is doing this? In my office, people usually go out to buy water. Even sometimes they ask me to go buy water, go and buy food, go and buy this. And one day I sit and I said, instead of me going out to go and buy those things, what if I start selling those things in the office? And the idea came, and I went to our accountant and I said, how far this if I start with this, and we have in our office, we have fridge, we have dispenser, everything is there. And he said, it's a good idea. I don't think boss will be. And before you know, I started chipping in. I started selling bottled waters. If visitors, because it's a real estate firm too, if visitors comes and they want to get water, no need for somebody to run out to go and buy water. And boom, water is there. I have water. I have soft drinks. That's how I started putting it. Before you know, I started putting snacks, adding snacks, and all that. Before you know, again, graduated food. I seize the opportunity. I take opportunities. When I see you, don't just, if you pass see an opportunity, don't just give me, let me see an opportunity, because I will jump into it and I will make use of it. Comes to where this bag started, because currently this bag business is the one funding every other thing that you're seeing on this table, because this is the ideal, this is the major business that I have. Somebody made a bag for me, a lady made a dress for me, and she just decided to make bag together with the dress. And I saw the bag and I said, wow, you did bag for me. She said, yes, it's because my material was remaining. She decided to do something with it. I said, wow, this is nice though. So when I took that bag for a Bible study, somebody saw the bag and was like, I love this your bag oh. How far? I think it was a joke. I thought it was a joke oh. Before you know, the lady did not leave me oh. She said, Chi, you go give me this bag. I'm collecting this bag from you. And I said, okay, no wahala, I will give you the bag. Then I go back and I said, if this lady likes this bag, how many people else will like this bag also? And immediately the thing got to me. I said, let me see this thing. I don't know how to sew. So I went to meet that lady and I said, see, oh, so many people have commented on this bag. How far? Will you be able to produce this bag for me? Let me be the one, selling it.
Yeah.
Your job is just to make bag. You don't have to do anything about it. And she was like, she started giving me excuse. At a point, she kills the dream. She almost killed the dream, because I was like, when I go to her, the first money I made from this bag, I made close to, for the first time, that was in 2002, 2022. I made close to 30,000
Wow.
from this bag, because when the person said okay she likes the bag, and currently she was traveling to Canada, she was moving to Canada, and she said she wants to go with the bag because she's going for school. So you know that Igbo people would like African thing
Yeah.
and all that. She said, if you can make it for me, fine. I said, fine, I will do it. And that's when I get into it. So when I approached the lady and said, how far will you be able? She was giving me complaints. She was like, oh, I'm feeling sick, my back hurt, my this, that. Omo, I said, Kai, this lady is not due for business. She was giving me a cold feet about it.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I will not stop. And I picked one of the bag, and immediately I started talking to a few people. Do you know a tailor? Because I know if a tailor, a female tailor that sews will be able to know how to
Yeah.
make this bag. I said, if you know somebody that can sew, just give it. And then we gave it to 2 or 3 tailors. And I got a feedback from 2 that says that they can sew the bag. And I took one of the bag and I gave. I said, go, if you be able to produce just exact what you see here, then I will know that you can do this bag. So and when we go, this lady have been sleep, because there's a lot of tailors,
Yeah.
a lot of people making dress, but what differentiates you is what can you do.
Yeah.
So when this lady brought this back, unfortunately she has been doing tailor work, but she has not been having a lot of sales and all that. So when
Yeah.
she made produced this bag, I said, wow, you did it. She said, yes, she did it. And I said, now both of us will be working together. And that's how I start making bags from, ask me, do you know, can you match machines in this?
Mm.
No, I don't. But I have made over 1 million naira
Wow.
from this bag business.
Wow.
Do I have the finance? Did I have the finance to start it? No. Another thing I also did also, I leverage from people's work. Making money sometimes doesn't have to be you doing the work. That is what is killing a lot of us here. That's why you see people die timelessly,
Yeah.
old age. I have had another one of my biggest deal when I see things like Sister Christy has a lot of perfume. She sells perfume. And I spray this perfume. Somebody said, I like your perfume. It smells nice. Do you know what I would do? I say, you do, you like it? "Ah, I sell perfume, oh, if you don't mind. I sell a lot of. She said, you say, I say, yes, we have different varieties. If you want, I can give you
Yeah.
the type. And if she said, okay, I don't mind though, and I'll go to Sister Christy, how much is this your perfume? And she said it's 5K. I say, how far? How much you go give me? If I won't buy plenty, what's your? They'll say, okay, I'll give you for 4-5.
Yeah.
Then I'll go to that person. I'll say, see, perfume is 6K. Bad as the bad, the person price. Now 5K I go do am. So what is my gain inside? 500 naira. As little as that 500 is, think about when it's much.
Yeah.
That is what I did. Leverage. That is what people. You don't have to be the one to do those things. In short, one of the one of the work that I did concerning, because I told you pastries, I also introduced about pastries. I buy things a lot, and if I see good things, I go for it. There's one woman's meat pie. I've tasted her meat pie, and this meat pie tastes very good. And and I told the woman, this your meat pie is nice. How much do you say? She told me the price. I said, if I want buy more, how much will you give me? She will give me discount. And guess, I started preaching, I know how to do meat pie. And I got a deal to do a meat pie of 300 pieces of meat pie. And how much was it? She was able to slash that. I think it was 200 on top of the meat pie. 200 times 300. How much was it?
Wow.
I made money that, number one, I did not do the work. I did not go to the market. I did not suffer for it. I just sat down at home and I cash out.
Wow.
Who did the work? She was the one that did the work. So sometimes you don't have to do the work because most of those works stress you out. They stress you. They even make you look older than your age.
Yeah.
You have to work smartly. In this economy that we are, we need to work smartly. You don't have to be greedy. No, even though the money, the percentage you are having is very small, it's very tiny. Think about when it's more. So if you don't work smart, you want to do all the work, you're going to be exhausted and you will end up going back to square one.
Wow.
So this is just all I have to say about it. And I hope I did not take
No,
much of the time.
you still have more. I can. It was beautiful. I have really gathered a lot from all that we have said.
You
Well,
can be part of
let's go on a
the
break.
dreamer and his dream project. The dreamer and his dream project.